From Grand Chute, Wisconsin, here at the 2017 Division III Baseball World Series, Pat Coleman for D3Sports.com, joined by Derek Helbing, the senior starting catcher for the Presidents of W&J, who's a team now 2-0 and sitting pretty in bracket 1, waiting for teams to eliminate themselves and get back to you. But what I wanted to talk with you about was a couple of things. First of all, I heard so many interesting things about you today, and we saw some interesting things off of your bat today. First of all, you took the Roanoke starter fairly deep in the fourth inning, and I understand that the home run ball is relatively new to your game.
Yeah, I haven't hit a home run in my entire career, even Little League, until this year, and this year I think I have 12 now. How
did that happen? Where's that come from?
A lot of work in the off season with the coaches, just tweaking my swing, getting things right.
I mean, because that's something that, you know, you guys play. You play your home games in a fairly reasonable sized ballpark, right? So hitting one out of there is not cheap, right?
Yeah, I mean, our field, usually the wind blows out to right, and it kind of downsizes the power of the right-handed hitters. But surprisingly, we had a lot of home runs this year total.
I was told that as you came in as a freshman and were kind of battling your way into the lineup, one of the other things that was going on was you were trying to tell those guys that you could also pitch, which is something we've learned over the last couple of years as well. Kind of tell us how that came about.
Yeah, I pitched in high school, and then my junior year I wrote down on the sheet, the tryout sheet that we do every year, that my secondary was pitching, and my coach kind of just threw me out there as a joke, and I ended up doing pretty well and earned the spot as the closer.
Because I would have to think, as a catcher, certainly you must know maybe more about pitching than some of the pitchers do. You handle, so many pitches in every game, and so many catchers go on to become pitching coaches and managers at the professional level and that sort of thing. What kind of perspective does having played catcher give you when you're out there on the mound?
I wouldn't say I know more about pitching specifically, like mechanics-wise.
I tried to play some of that off because it sounded like you weren't happy with that.
No. I don't really know most of the mechanics of pitching, but I know what it takes to be on the mound in a tight game situation and have composure. That's what I tell all the pitchers. We have an incredible staff, and they all pitch very well, and it's just a matter of keeping your head out there.
Do you think the fact that in late inning situations you go out there, you take off the gear and you're one of them, does that help you relate to the pitchers, or they believe you more because they see you go out and do it too?
Yeah, I think anytime somebody is out there on the mound and you're believing in them when they're behind the plate, if I had a catcher that was a pitcher and they're behind the plate, I mean, I would trust them with everything.
You're going from a position where you're crouching, 8 innings a game or thereabouts. You go out there in the 9th inning of a, generally a tight game too. What are your legs like at that point?
Oh, they're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're good. We do a lot of off-season conditioning, and we're in the weight room a lot. I would say my stamina is pretty good.
So you're a short reliever, so maybe not a huge arsenal of pitches. What are the things you like to go to?
Really, honestly, I just throw a fastball down the middle and throw my curveball when I get up in the count. But that's about it. Can't throw a changeup.
Well, and that's understandable. But I can't imagine that Derek Helbing, the catcher, would describe Derek Helbing, the pitcher, in such generic terms as you just did.
Yeah. I don't like to talk about myself, really.
Well, you've done fairly well for someone who doesn't want to talk about himself. That's Derek Helbing, senior catcher and closer for the Presidents of Washington Jefferson here at the 2017 Division III World Series.